Our division is the Industry and Services Division. And we are there to conduct research, to provide policy inputs for the industry and services sector. So for the industry, it cuts across all the various types of industries: manufacturing, we have mining, food. The food sector are all part of the industry sector. So we look at the way we can come up with policies that can support the growth of the industry sector. So if it has to do with, say, the food manufacturing sector, for example, we want to see to it that we have the necessary policies in place that can support food processing, food distribution, marketing, and all that. As an example, we did a study to understand the constraints to rice marketing in Ghana. So we did a survey to understand what consumers want and then what traders want to sell, the type of rice they want to sell. By this, we were able to know their preferences. And then we have communicated these preferences also to the farmers. And we have tried to integrate them into a marketing strategy that we have developed. So at the end of the day, we will see to it that these strategies that we have developed will have a way to influence the policies that we have for the development of rice sector in Ghana. So this is one of the examples. For the services sector, we can talk about the banking sector, for example, or financial services. So we are contributing by coming up with policies that to support the services sector. When it comes to small and medium enterprises, we've done several studies to understand their constraints, their challenges, and all that. Because if you don't know the issues, then how can you come up with policies that will address the problem that people are facing? So we do all this to understand the constraints, and then we integrate them into various policies. If you come to the ICT sector, for example, we've done a number of studies. We did one where we tried to assess the enabling environment that supports ICT development in Ghana. And we realized that a number of youth are coming up with several innovations in the ICT sector. But the main challenge they have is that they are not able to scale up or to commercialize their ICT innovations. So we have just secured a grant that will help us to come up with policies that will improve that support that the youth or the startups are facing. So the support that they need in terms of funding, in terms of coming up with innovation hubs for them to polish up their innovations and all that, we are going to ensure that the policies we have in Ghana integrate all these things in them. But essentially, it is our duty to create awareness about whatever policies that exist to support any sector. So, for example, if we also have another project where we have come up with a policy for aflatoxin control in Ghana. Aflatoxins are toxins, or let me say poison, or poisonous substances that are produced by certain types of molds or fungi. So these fungi grow on food products. And as they grow, they produce these metabolites because they are living things. So as they are growing, they are also secreting these secondary metabolites called aflatoxins. But it is not all molds that produce the aflatoxin. It is only a particular species that produce the aflatoxin. So when your food products, grains like maybe granules or maize, get infected with these molds, then the chances of they producing aflatoxins are high, and then your grains can be contaminated. And aflatoxins have been known to be very carcinogenic. That is, they cause cancer, mainly liver cancer. And you know, liver cancer is one of the commonest cancers we have in Ghana, especially among men. The aflatoxin policy, for example, has 7 strategic objectives. And one of the objectives is to mobilize resources for aflatoxins activities in the country. Resources in terms of human resource, financial resources, infrastructural resources, even the technologies to be able to combat the aflatoxins. So, in terms of the policy statement I will make here right now is that we need to mobilize resources. Everybody needs to get on board, so that wherever the resources are, both domestic and external resources, we need to mobilize them so that we'll be able to combat aflatoxins contamination. Such a policy can never be implemented if people don't know about it. So we have to create awareness about the policy, and we've been doing a lot of media engagement. We have even done stakeholder sensitization on this particular policy, so that people know about the policy, the role that they have to play in order to control aflatoxin, which is a serious challenge, especially for farmers, traders, and those who are into food processing. They have a lot of challenge with aflatoxin contamination. So these are some of the things. We develop the policies, and then we also create awareness about the policies. We even support or facilitate training of the actors so that they will be able to implement the policies. If you don't have the capacity, you can't implement. So we contribute to all these things. CSIR-STEPRI plays an important role in the CSIR. And we've done a lot of work contributing to several policies, not only that, to ensure that we have the enabling environment that we need to do a lot of things for the country. So I will encourage the public to visit us, make use of our expertise, and then the country will be a good place for all of us.